So what are simple tips that you could give to a defender, a midfielder and a forward? What's that sort of one thing you would, possibly it's different for each, I would assume, but what's that one thing you would tell each one of those groups of players?
Well, the one thing they've all got in common is what I was talking about earlier, is awareness. Is it more important in any of those positions? Arguably, in defence. You switch off for 1 second, you're not aware of what's coming behind you, you've conceded a goal. Against a decent team, one ball behind you, forwards off your shoulder, it's a goal. So probably defenders above anybody have to be switched on more than anybody else. So it's all the time looking, where's the danger? You're actually looking for danger building up, and often it's a slow build up, sometimes it's a quick build up. But all the time you have to know where that's going to come from and how you're going to deal with it. And the other thing is communication. At the back, that's probably more important than anywhere. You must communicate with defenders, bringing people back, pushing people out, pushing people on. So I would say probably communication and awareness for the defence. Midfield, which is my position, that's where I've always played. It's just about being active. The reason I'd always liked midfield is that you were always involved, whether it was coming back to help your defence out, or on the receipt of the ball, the team, you're then pushing on, trying to support your forwards, or you're helping the wingers. So with the midfield player, it's commitment. I think that's the one big thing with the midfield player. You've got to be committed. You've got to be up, back, sideways, helping, assisting, talking, communicating all the time. So I would say that's really that midfield. They say that's where games are won and lost, and I think that's probably right. That midfield is a bit of a bear pit, and you've got to come out on top, and that means hard work. Up front, I think a bit of cunning. I think the best forwards are the clever ones. They don't necessarily run around like the old proverbial blue-ass fly, but what they do, they time their runs when they're necessary. And you look at people like Harry Kane. I mean, he's had a lot of stick lately, but I've got to say the service hasn't been very good. But when the service is good, especially look at Tottenham, he'll walk. Suddenly the ball's played, he's a couple of yards, quick yards off his defender, the ball's played across, bang, it's in the back of the net, 6 yards. And so for them, for forwards, I think it's intelligence, and I think it's just biding your time, waiting for that chance.